to Thrive with Sushmita. If you are someone who is fed up with being stuck at English, or maybe not being able to express yourself better, or you constantly feel judged or very conscious when you speak in English, this video is absolutely for you. You have to understand that being fluent in English is not something that just happens to you. That is why we call it as a skill, right? English speaking skills. So you have to work on it, and with constant practice, you can acquire that, right? Like if someone tells me, ma'am, I read this book and I have been listening to English podcasts, I have been watching English movies without subtitles, I have been reading books. Okay, so by doing all this, do you think that you will actually become very fluent in English? Basically, the answer is no. Now, you must be surprised that, these are the ways that I have been talking about constantly that will help you to be fluent in English and learn in English. But my dear, you didn't understand the context with which these tips and tricks are told or shared. See, when you want to be fluent in English, you have to start treating it as a project that you are working on, or as a project that you are working for yourself. Like if I take it an example, like if there's a wedding in the family, how does it happen? You are constantly planning, you have so many things to do, you are so conscious about the wedding dress or the bridal dress, or maybe even if you're just participating, maybe you go to 10 vendors and you're very careful. So it is basically you who treats it as a project with all your energy and emotions, and then work on it, right? So you have to first understand that what is your goal. So if your goal is to be fluent in English, what are the things that you need to do? What are the things that work for you? What are the things that don't work for you? What are those things that you really need to do that will give you results, right? You have to absolutely understand that. Now, if you are wasting your time watching videos without really doing something about it, you have to stop doing things that don't advance you. But to do that, you need to know what you need, and the only person that can help you in doing this is, yes, my dear, it is only and only you. So in today's video, we will be talking about three important steps, or the three strategies that will help you to become a fluent speaker. It will help you to understand how to learn, what to learn, how to practice effectively, how to present yourself effectively, and that will help you to boost your confidence, be more effective with your speaking skills and expressing yourself better, and having, or maybe owning that mindset of a fluent speaker who owns it up and speaks like a pro. So basically, for me, I feel that to speak fluently, there are three pillars who stand the strongest or are the foundation of being fluent in English. They are: number one, knowledge; number two, practice, or maybe become making it a habit that you're constantly doing it; and number three is the courage, or maybe the confidence that you should have, that will help you to be a fluent speaker. So knowledge as in grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, expressions, usage of words, like when, how you will be using those words, and then practicing this knowledge that you have acquired and putting it all together into spoken English. Like this is one place where people face the most difficulty, as in you'll be listening to people that, oh, I can read English and I understand it also, or maybe when somebody is talking, I can follow, I can understand, but when it is time for me to speak, I probably get stuck somewhere, right? So you have to, like, when you have to speak English, that becomes the main challenge. So retrieving right words, knowing how to structure it, pronouncing it better, sounding clear so that you can express and communicate better, right? And then most important is the confidence. It's great to know that you have learned for hours of practice, but if you do not have the confidence to speak, then it is actually of no use. So you have to understand that to speak up, you have to make sure that you are having that confidence, you are having that courage. And then, like, what I feel is this knowledge and practice, when they come together, your confidence will automatically start rising up, right? So knowledge and your practice gives you the confidence to speak, and then slowly and steadily you become a confident or maybe a fluent speaker. Correct. Now let us try and understand this K, P and C individually. K stands for knowledge. Having the knowledge of grammar, knowing the pronunciation, knowing the sentence structure, knowing the words that when and where you will be using those words is extremely, extremely important, right? So, when you are basically in this age, if I talk about, I think we live in an age where there is like top notch information available to us, and that also for free. There are knowledge platforms, there are so many things, a vast ocean of knowledge available to us. Only thing is, we need to know what do we need. Yes, I understand that there is a downside to it, or maybe there is a disadvantage to it, that you actually sometimes, maybe, you can't, you don't know what to focus on, because if you go on and on and on and you try and learn everything that is available, uh, because maybe you're motivated, and maybe because you think that you'll be able to do everything, let me tell you, it will not take you anywhere. You have to have a plan, you have to have a strategy. Like, let's understand with an example. You are learning phrasal verbs, okay, but you don't know, or you're not very clear and strong with the usage of in, on, at, of, from. Correct. Now suppose you are in tenses, you have not mastered present tense as of now, but then you are, because there's information, it's available to you, and you jump to present perfect tense. See, I understand there will be temptations, there will be like, okay, I'll take this information also, take this information also. Yes, be like a sponge, try and gather information, but you have to exactly know that what information is apt for you at that point of time. Now coming to pronunciation, see, I am not telling that आपकी pronunciation एकदम on point होनी चाहिए and all. It is important, but it is not important at that point of time. You have to cross each level one by one, and only then you will be having that the confidence, or that knowledge to move forward. So when you are planning your learning roadmap, you have to know exactly that what you need to learn, and then focus. Actually, you need to laser focus on that. Sit down with it, find out, drill down, see what are those areas that you really need to improve yourself. Make it a plan, break it into small goals, and then achieve it, right? Then next comes your, let's say, practice, right? Effectively practicing and knowing exactly that what you need to practice is also very, very important. There are so many things that you can do. See, all those small things can can bring so much of difference. Let me tell you, छोटी छोटी चीजों से आप एक महल ready करते हो, right? So all those small things will actually create a very, very big difference. So record yourself, videotape yourself, talk to your friend, talk to that salesman, talk to that shopkeeper, talk to that store owner. The more you talk, the more you speak in English, the confidence will slowly start to rise inside you, right? So Practicing will only come when you start speaking, and you will only start speaking when you slowly and steadily start acquiring all those knowledge that you have in you, right? You have been working on it. So see, understand that just speaking, looking for the words, and then trying to understand, so all this is fine, but the major thing is that you really need to speak when you need to speak, and you connect with other people from all the, who are like around you, right? Most important. Then comes your confidence. See, there is an inner voice we all have. Like every time when I am sitting in front of the camera, I can hear that voice telling me, will you be able to do it? Are you like fully prepared? Do you know everything? Will you fumble? Will you make mistakes? So yes, we all have that inner voice in ourselves. And also we have like many people outside who are the outside voices, who are like there waiting to pull us down. But it is our duty to overpower that inner voice and that outer voice which is pulling us down and not letting us make mistake. You really need to tell that inner voice in you which stops you that, listen, being perfect is very, very overrated. So I will learn it and I will speak even if I make mistakes, even if I fumble, even if I make some grammatical errors, or there are some pronunciation errors which happen. That is the day you will be able to, bring together all those knowledge and those practice which you have been doing constantly. So have that confidence. Be sure that what you bring to the table with your powerful presence and your powerful voice is most important. Yes, with practice, you have been able to express yourself effectively. So do not be let's say scared, or maybe don't feel being judged when you make errors. See, in today's video I am sure I must have made some or the other grammatical errors, or maybe some or the other pronunciation errors, or whatsoever it is, but then it is my work. So when I came here, I sat down here, I was sure what I wanted to talk, what I wanted to speak, and I feel I had to like shut all the inner voices that I had कि मुझसे नहीं होगा, क्योंकि होगा तो सिर्फ मुझसे ही होगा. So in case I have to do something for myself, it is me who has to do it. It is me who has to take that step, right? So now when you understand that knowledge, practice, and having that confidence and the courage to face the world, to speak your heart out, are the only three things that you really need to know when you are in your journey to be a fluent speaker. Please remember, we all make mistakes, and most importantly, remember that when you make all those smaller goals for yourself. See, when you think that if I started learning English today and maybe I'll be speaking like an American tomorrow. See, when you put this gap higher, like, you want to be this, but there's so much of gap. So when you have to start learning, when you make those smaller goals, one day you will definitely reach where you want to. So आप सीखिए, वो सीखिए जो आपके लिए जरूरी है, वो सीखिए जिस पे आपको लगता है those areas where you really need to focus and master, right? So in this way you will be able to navigate through your journey of being a fluent speaker. In today's video we saw about these three powerful pillars. Please, in the comment box, let me know which is that area that you struggle the most when you are speaking in English, and then we will try and find out how you can overcome that. So this was all for today. We will meet in the next video. Till then, yes, take care, keep learning, keep thriving. Thank you so much.